The shooting happened after 9 a.m. Central Time, and soon after, protesters started flooding the streets.
Fox 61's Vallery Maravi joins us in studio now with the latest developments, including new witness video. Vallery.
That's right, guys. Well, the victim was identified as 37-year-old Renee Nicole Macklin-Good of Colorado Springs. Now, in this disturbing video we're about to show you, it gives us a closer look at the encounter between several ICE agents and a U.S. citizen who is just trying to leave the area before she was shot.
I heard 4, possibly 5 shots, and then the car sped forward because this person's injured and their foot went down. And then it crashed into a nearby car. I saw the passenger exit the vehicle. They were crying and their face was covered in blood. The agents on the scene were shouting, "No pulse, no pulse."
The raw reaction from a Minneapolis witnessed the graphic video that captured the nation's attention. It shows the moment when 3 ICE agents approach a woman in her car parked in the middle of the road Wednesday morning. She refused to get out. One of the agents attempts to open the driver's door. She then immediately tries to drive away, but another agent tries to stop her and shoots her. The car is then seen crashing another car. The shooting has sparked a mix of emotions by the Minneapolis community and community leaders across the country, including Executive Director of Integrated Refugee and Immigrant Services in Connecticut, Maggie Mitchell-Salem.
I was horrified to see what federal agents would do to another human being. I don't care what their immigration status is. She was shot at point-blank range. Absolutely no threat to the agents who killed her.
During a press conference, Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said this incident goes to show the act of violence ICE agents experience on a daily basis, calling it, quote, "It was an act of domestic terrorism."
What happened was our ICE officers were out in an enforcement action. They got stuck in the snow because of the adverse weather that is in Minneapolis. They were attempting to push out their vehicle, and a woman attacked them and those surrounding them and attempted to run them over and ram them with her vehicle. An officer of ours acted quickly and defensively shot to protect himself and the people around him.
But not everyone shares the same thought. Minneapolis officials emotionally disputed this was an ICE offense.
They're ripping families apart. They're sowing chaos on our streets. And in this case, quite literally killing people.
This was so preventable. So unnecessary. I don't want to be right about this, but I said if they do this, they're going to create a chaotic situation where someone innocent's going to get killed. And they did it. And now we hear more political rhetoric. Enough. Enough is enough.
You could see this coming from the administration's actions. This is a natural next step to an administration that detains people in inhumane conditions, that sends them to third countries where they're going to be abused and tortured, that violates court orders. This is just...
Now, Good is survived by her 6-year-old kid. And as this breaking story develops, we'll keep you updated both on air and online at fox61.com. For now, live in the studio in Vallery, Maravi, Fox 61.
Well, crowds gathered in the city tonight to hold a vigil for Good. A makeshift shrine of flowers and candles was set up near the scene of the shooting. Speakers at the vigil condemned federal officers' actions and called for the ICE officer to be charged. The shooting occurred just blocks from where George Floyd was killed back in 2020.
Meanwhile, a protest against ICE was held in New York City tonight. Immigration advocates gathered in New York's Foley Square for what they call an emergency rally. The location chosen is between the federal courthouse and DHS headquarters in New York.